What's going on, our talk show fans? It's DJ here. I want to tell you thank you for all of your support. We're getting close to our 100th episode, and it's like 5 weeks away. We want to give away a $100 gift card. But in order for us to do that, we need to reach 1,000 followers on our YouTube channel. Now, this is what you're going to do to enter. Like, share, and subscribe to hashtag our talk show in the description below. That way we can keep track of who entered. Giving you 5 weeks to get us to 1,000 followers to get a $100 gift card. Got it? Real simple. Like, share, subscribe. Hashtag our talk show at the bottom after you've shared the episode so everybody can see it. And our little advertisement here. And we'll be giving away a real $100 gift card. No gimmicks, no blah, blah, blah. Just like, share to your friends so they can see and enter to win. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our talk show. I'm Josh.
Apparently, I'm TJ.
DJ. D.
I said DJ in the thing, but it definitely said TJ in the auto.
Maybe you said it so quickly, it didn't catch it.
It's just like, it's either T or D. Who knows?
Yeah. You do a lot of blah, blah, blah.
I do a lot of blah, blah, blah.
So what sucks, though?
So you know what I was just thinking about?
Huh?
Right, I'm going to have my PlayStation clean. They're going to have it for 2 days.
What are you going to do for 2 days?
I don't know.
Apparently well, you got Roku on your TV, so.
Yeah. Well, I don't. You're right. I don't use the PlayStation to watch TV, so I guess I can still watch.
How are you going to watch a DVD?
I can just watch Suits.
How are you going to watch a Blu-ray?
Well, I still haven't been able to because you haven't fixed it.
Oh, that's right.
So
I gotta click on that.
I still haven't been able to watch Longest Yard.
The one thing.
The
one thing he wants to watch. Money can. Wow. Hello, Warrior.
Some way. It can buy nice things.
We're not there yet.
Oh yeah, we're
How dare you?
We're not there yet. I guess I can buy things to make you happy, but
Never seen someone sat on a jet ski.
I've never seen. You know.
All right, our question today, DJ, is how's 2021 been treating you?
Rough. Rough. There's that question answered.
Really? Better than 2020?
Rougher
than 2020.
No.
Man, you went through hell in 2020.
Rough S? I don't know. Less rough
than
2020, right. But
all that painting and moving and stressing. Remember, you were stressed for months.
Oh, man.
From like January to May. Like, that's 5 months.
See, I got this thing, right? Like, when bad things happen to me.
It wasn't bad. It was just unknown.
Okay, well, when stressful or bad things, unenjoyable situations happen.
Yeah.
After they're done, I tend to forget about. I don't even remember 2020, to be honest. I have no idea what happened.
We still did a talk show.
I know we did it right.
You wanted to dress up Adam in toilet paper, but it was on.
I know we did a talk right, but it was unobtainable.
the toilet paper. Yes.
Right. It might have been easier to get vibranium to dress Adam in than
there was fires in Australia.
Paper. Again, I'd have to go back and watch the shows to even remember what the hell happened that year. Because, like, I just, like...
Problem solved, moving on.
I purged that whole year.
The whole year?
The whole year. I was just, like, nothing...
Remember we got that $1,200 and $600 stimulus check between 8 months?
Not even a little.
I remember you calling me about the first one. I didn't even think I wasn't keeping up with the news. You're like, hey, check your bank account. There it was.
Yeah.
Out of work, sitting at home, and now there's money in my account.
Like I said, I most of the year I gapped. Like, we moved. I know that. That was
I got my license back.
That was a day. You know, it was all just...
It kept changing.
Yeah.
Remember that? You're trying to, like, book people, and then I had to go back to work.
Right. Kept...
Because we were supposed to move the weekend before I had to go back to work, and then you had to push it, and then I found out I had to go back to work.
Right. So, of course, like...
Now it's just Bob and Adam.
It was Bob and Adam. It was really just Bob.
Sarah.
Well, no. Sarah didn't...
She didn't help?
No.
Kim had the most important job, apparently, according to you. She was making lunch. Philly lives at Philly something for
It's
Bob.
very important. You got to feed your workers, right?
Bob needed that Philly.
If you can't pay him, you got to feed him. You know.
He didn't take beer anymore.
Right. You couldn't just buy him a 6-pack. So it's like
They went to 6-pack and what's it called? Little Caesars.
we bought him a 4-pack of Monster and some Philly.
That was more expensive than the beer.
Right. Beer would have been cheaper, but you know.
Sobriety.
Sobriety is most important.
He did move your whole house. We helped during the week, though. Remember that? During the talk show, we had to move trying to move all the small stuff over.
Right, the boxes and stuff.
The best we could. You fucking Tetris'd your car.
Well, you get as much in.
Yeah, more than that. I fit a fucking dresser in there that wasn't supposed to fit.
Yeah, don't tell me I can't get things in the car. I get a whole flea market day worth of flea market stuff packed in the car. Like
you didn't even know you could fit there.
Right. It was kind of funny. Like the first time we went to the market and you got in the car, you're just like, you just looked at the wall of stuff behind you.
Me.
Yeah, because it all.
The driver is fine.
The driver's fine. Driver's always fine.
That's all that matters.
You know. Hell, the one day we took Kim with us, I had to do 3 seats out. Oh yeah, she was not.
I think I was just down the street.
Right, she wouldn't have been very happy.
I don't think she would have. But what's this month's charity?
Well, I believe it's the same thing.
Yay! You don't seem so excited about it. Like, should we go back to weeks or something? Like,
well, no. This month's charity. Since its founding in 1881, is Red Cross.
American Red Cross.
Oh, it's American Red Cross. Isn't there a Red Cross America? Like, isn't there
I'm not sure. Every time I hear Red Cross,
company?
I think of Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Right, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
That's an insurance company.
But regardless, this month is America Red Cross Month.
Those are the bands that go out there to give you movie tickets when you get blood.
No, that's the blood bank.
Red Cross.
Is that Red Cross?
Yes.
Oh, hot damn. See what I know about our charity. But the link is down below, and you can go check them out and see all the things they do for America and people. And
been to the first response, primary emergency response organization.
Right. Them, FEMA.
Yeah.
You know, this is our American first responders and stuff like that.
So when shit goes down, like in a state of emergency, we got FEMA and Red Cross.
That's it.
They're the ones that give you that blanket.
But again, the link will be down below.
Like always.
And you can, go check it out, donate, volunteer, do whatever it is you'd like to do.
To help American Red Cross.
America Red Cross. Also, our talk show is now and has
an audio version on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
So if you get tired of seeing our face, you can just go listen to us blabber on there.
Yeah.
And on the bright side is you hear me say DJ and they won't change my name to TJ. So, I mean, they might. So God only knows.
We also have a contest going on.
Do we?
Yeah, in celebration of our 100th episode, which is on April 14th, 15th.
We're only at 91.
Yeah, I know.
So I feel like we got some time.
Yeah, but that's what we call promoting.
Oh, all right.
So we're giving away a $100 Amazon gift card if we hit 1,000 subscribers by April 15th.
If we can make 1,000 this time.
We're trying. If not, we'll just be giving.
We really want to give this $100 away, but we can't. We can't hit 1,000 to do it.
That's when you guys come in.
Right.
Like, share, comment, tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Don't tell your mother.
Unless she's hot, then Josh wants you to tell your mother.
What? Damn. Well, yeah, but no.
Well, yeah, but no.
So you can check the link below. DJ made a commercial for it. It was at the beginning of the podcast.
If you missed that, you just go back and
watch our YouTube channel.
Watch it again. Oh no!
Oh, DJ's voice acting again. This summer,
I like my action movie voice. This summer, 2 guys in a truck go up a mountain. You know, just weird. So we got. Do we got viral news today?
Yeah, you sent it all.
Sent all of it
Except the last.
on it. I like to be surprised, so you read them.
I was hoping you would give the information on it.
So
wow. And guns in record numbers in 2020 and rest. Not only did we top out video games, we topped out gun buying.
Yay, guns.
America.
America.
How do we beat Corona? By buying guns.
Handguns. Don't leave home without them. You know,
record numbers.
Well, see, the thing was,
we got that stimulus, and what we did with it, we bought guns.
Bought guns. You know, it's crazy, right?
Because they were out of work too. How'd you buy a gun?
So, like, all the toilet paper got bought up, right? And guns got bought up
and
at the same exact time.
Computers, streaming, graphics cards, you name. Bitcoin went up. No, Bitcoin went down. Well, then it went up.
Oh, what happened? Oh, okay.
It says there's an error on YouTube, but
you're an error on YouTube.
We're doing fine.
Oh, well, whatever.
Your stream quality's good. That fixed itself.
All of our viewers are on Facebook right now, anyways.
We have one on YouTube.
Oh, do we?
Why it's doing that? Oh god, I can't have to make another computer. I'm gonna have to build a computer.
Right. Should probably get on that so we can start doing cool stuff like taking calls off the internet and
that's right behind you.
Talking to viewers. Smash it on the floor. But no, so like all the toilet paper got bought up, all the guns.
Yeah.
Those were the two like main ones.
And video games.
But that was video games was over throughout the year. You know, that it was a high
when it
raise.
first started, towards when it first ended, when people realized they're not going back to work for a while.
But what I'm saying is the first news, right, on the news channels was guns and toilet paper.
Yep.
You know, and then they talked about video games, inflation, and GameStop going up and going under, and then
we bought Bitcoin during the pandemic at $5,000 a coin. By the end of the year, you would have made $60,000. Because everything went down during the pandemic, all the stocks.
Except for Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, no, it was at 5,000. Now it's at 60,000.
That's what I'm saying. If you bought it for 5,000, you could have
probably made $60,000.
$60,000
by the end of the year.
You know,
could have cashed out.
I don't know. It's crazy.
GameStop's at 285 for stocks. Still, it never went back down.
Never went back down. They're just gonna.
The highest was 485, and it's still almost 300.
They're just gonna keep GameStop right on top there.
No one sold.
What do we got next?
Halo Infinity, or is it Infinite?
Infinite.
Infinite won't include fan favorite features from previous games, which I have no idea what they are because I'm not an Xbox person.
So, like I didn't actually read it, right? But I imagine they mean stuff like the dual wielding from number 2.
They said, yeah, some of this stuff hasn't been there since Halo 3.
Right, you know.
Because Bungie no longer owns Halo.
Right, it got transferred over, so.
You know the history of Halo? Xbox used a different graphics card, and that's why there was no backwards compatibility for the 360.
Yeah.
Because they introduced a new graphics card in the 360 until we had Game Pass, and then the newer consoles could play Halo. Ones. Yeah, but Halo was actually meant for Apple. The first mention of Halo was by Bill. What's his name? Steve Jobs, introducing Bungie, and then Microsoft bought him out, and that's why we got Halo.
I don't know. I like the first 3.
2 was the best.
The 4th one I played, but I wasn't a big fan
3.
of it.
I mean, you played 3.
Well, 4 was the one where it's like you were all kind of you were all, you know, Spartans.
Is that the one where you had to pay like
make your own Spartan?
It was like little armies you click.
No,
like StarCraft.
That was Halo online or some shit. It
was like StarCraft.
Right, you had to pick where your troops were going, what they were doing.
Age of Empire style.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It was dumb.
Yeah,
I didn't play Halo 4. I played Halo 3. The only reason I bought a 360 was for Halo 3. I played online for 2 years. And then when I moved in with you up north, we played the campaign on very hard, and we fucking went through it. And just murked everybody.
That's because we were playing online and
2 years.
campaign mode ain't shit. Once you play online, like even Call of Duty players will tell you once you're playing online, campaign ain't nothing.
They stand still.
Right. Well, in comparison, yeah, they might as well be.
Imagine playing Apex as a campaign mode.
Oh yeah, play Titanfall.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know,
Kind of want it.
All the
Those
same-
graphics look
all
different.
the same games.
Same people that developed it.
Well, you have to play Titanfall 2.
Not one.
Well, because one was actually technically Apex online.
Oh really?
Yeah, except for there wasn't, you couldn't pick Wraith or Bloodhound or anything like that. It was all one person. You had everything. It was a mess.
But Titanfall
2 had a story.
Oh, all right.
There was a.
You like Apex? Play Titanfall.
Well, and that's like a lot of people who are playing Apex. They're complaining about they want Titanfall 3.
Oh yeah.
But Respawn, they're too busy with Apex now.
We're making money on the fucking Apex.
Right, they don't have time now.
I thought $200 for an heirloom. What?
Right. They don't have time now to do that.
Fortnite still. And Roblox.
No, they're not really competing with Fortnite.
Well, Fortnite's competing with that.
Fortnite's still right, because Apex doesn't have to use Ant-Man. Right, Apex doesn't have to grab Avengers,
Star Wars,
and
to get people a concert.
Right, have a concert right in the middle of like.
Are you looking up,
bro? Right, there's no time for that. Could you imagine dropping in and everyone just
easy kills?
What happened? Oh, I had 30 kills that game because they're all just standing around looking at the sky. There's just no time for that.
No time for that.
And Apex. You got plenty of time in Fortnite because nobody gives a fuck.
The map's so big to run into somebody. Unless you drop where everyone drops.
They'll be like, oh, well, Well, even then, they're watching it too. I was like...
Why falling?
I'm like, this is just dumb.
Our next final news is Ray and the Last Dragon remains on top at the box office in its second weekend.
It always...
Kids movie.
Right. Well, it always bothered me the way they tracked these type of things.
What do you mean? I know how they track them.
Right, but right. But what I'm saying is so it's like, all right, Avengers top of the box office. Whoever
for 6 weeks.
Right. Whoever got released during those 6 weeks just couldn't.
Deadpool 2.
Right, couldn't hit Avengers numbers.
Nope.
Because Avengers came out at the same time. That's what people were going to see. Right, and then so it's like all right, Deadpool 2, right? Even
around the same time.
Right, but everyone was so hyped for Avengers that nobody cared about
Deadpool
2, or what they were doing is they were going
it still did good at the box office, but not compared to Avengers.
Right, but just like that, right? The problem you have with box office and even with the drive-in, right? So you go to watch Avengers. Okay, well, Deadpool 2 is going to play the next time on the screen 2, so you just drive over and sit at screen 2, right? So they don't
Some of the numbers are flaky, yes.
Right, so they don't actually count the ticket.
Or you move from one theater to the next.
Right. You see Avengers, and you're like, well, I'm just going to sneak into this door over here.
But at the same time, if Avengers came out during the pandemic and they didn't close the theaters, it would still probably be number one. People would risk fucking dying to go see Avengers. Which is probably true, but I mean, it's just the way they told the story to hype it up. Like you had to wait a year to find out. They were done. They were done with the movies. The last scene shot between both movies was Tony Stark's funeral,
right?
Or the first, yeah. So it was already done when you saw Infinity War. But they were editing. They did, what can we leave in? And then it's like it gives you a year going. Wow, how did they get them back? What are they gonna do?
The I think the worst part is right. It's like so. Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Yeah.
They can't tell that kid shit because
he told him it was a wedding.
Right. He's
like, where's Robert?
Well, because it's. I don't want to call him a space cadet.
He held up the fucking iPad with the next when it was Far From Home.
Right, but
and he's like, I just got the script.
But right, he's not.
Mark Ruffalo showed. It was like 30 minutes of a Civil War or some shit on his phone, or they heard it because he forgot to turn off his live on his phone.
Right. Well, but it's
like I can't give you two anything.
No, they and that's why they started they're like, all right, Cap, Chris Evans, you're going with fucking Tom Holland
to do
interviews. Make sure he doesn't say anything stupid. Because it's honestly, Disney locks their shit down, right? It's the Masked Singer for the Marvel universe. Like, they don't want shit.
Even in the new commercial that showed you No Way Home or whatever it was, they made fun of Tom Holland in it. Like, what'd they tell you? It's like, I think they said I was what's his name. I don't understand. Just don't tell me nothing anymore.
So it's like, well, that's like when the first the Infinity War commercial come out. All the stuff that they showed you in Infinity War,
like the
trailer, none of it was in Infinity War. No. They didn't put any of that in there.
I saw that in with Graham Norton. He's like, "Is that metal?" He's like, "Honestly, Graham, this is the first time he's seeing it."
Right.
And when he had because of the poster, and he's like, "Is that like a metal thing?" He's like, "I have no idea.
I have no clue.
I just show up and they're like, 'This is your lines,' and they tell me to get out." Like,
I think the only one out of the Avengers who actually
he read the whole script,
right? Who knew what was going on before it happened and stuff like that.
They didn't give everyone the whole script. They gave them just their parts,
right? But I think Robert had his and Chris also.
They could and Stan,
right?
Stan read the whole thing.
But that again, it's Stanley. He's not going.
Oh yeah, they keep it a secret. I remember
he's not going to give up nothing. He probably forgot. He was old at the time. Probably forgot it 30 seconds after he read it.
The head of Marvel, Kevin Feige called Kevin Smith and goes, "Hey, we're about to tell you something about Captain Marvel. You can't say anything because it's Disney."
Right.
And he's like, "So we grabbed Stan for one of the last cameos and stuff like that before he died, and one of them was in Captain Marvel, and we need." He's reading Mallrats on the bus.
Right.
So Kevin Smith's movie. And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he's reading It's based in the 90s. So he's reading Mallrats, but we need clearer audio. Do you have any audio from when he was doing takes?" And he's like, "Oh, you got to call Universal." And he's like, "But I'm in the..." He's like, "Yeah, we did dedication to you." And he's like, I started crying. Right. But he's like, "You can't say anything."
No.
And then he's like, "Oh, so the scroll, here's what happened. Here's the scrolls." He goes, "Those scrolls?" He goes, forget what I just said. So, because no one knew about scrolls yet.
Right. Well,
so he told Kevin there's scrolls in the movie. And he's like, "There's scrolls?" He's like, "Okay, forget I said that. Okay. It's not the reason I'm calling you."
Well, just like with that, they're building up with the scrolls. Like they're...
Yeah, they showed in the WandaVision.
Right. And it's almost like
saying he wants to see you. I think it was supposed to be Nick Fury up in space.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, so when Avengers started to ramp that way before Avengers came out, you were getting little bits and pieces with Nick Fury.
Apparently,
right? Iron Man 2, Nick Fury.
If you watched Age of Ultron, he cut his sandwich in the diagonal. And then during Captain Marvel, before he met the Skrulls and everybody, he said he doesn't like that. So they're saying they don't know how long
Nick's been on the ship with the Skrulls.
Yeah, because then in Spider-Man, when Maria Hill, we find out they are Skrulls later on. But when Spider-Man Far From Home, she called him Nick and not Fury. And then that's when you found out later that he took his thing off and he was a Skrull. So we don't know how long the Skrulls have been from Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2. Maybe when he faked his death.
I think
and Captain America.
My favorite my favorite Nick Fury scene, right, with
but you were in space
with Samuel L. Jackson, right, is like, "Did you ignore my call?" Or
Did Spider-Man? You ghost me?
Right, when he's sitting in the chair and he shoots the fat kid. I was like, "If we get interrupted again, I will kill him.
I will kill this guy." And then he goes and he's like, "So we need your help." And he's like, naming all the names. He's like, Thor. He's like, all four. I'm Captain Marvel. Don't invoke her.
I'm Nick Fury. Like, did you just?
Did you ghost me?
Did you just?
No, my favorite is in the chair, and he's like, trying to name everyone else. He's like, "I don't think I'm just a man for the job." He's like, "You were in space.
Get your shit together.
Right? Be a hero." I don't know why Tony Stark's giving you these glasses, a fucking child, but here.
Yeah, it was.
It had to end. Did he ghost me?
He was
You
pissed.
gotta answer my calls.
He was pissed. Moving on.
Shrek takes the #1 spot for anime on Amazon.
Okay,
Called like Shrek Tales or something.
So this was actually a lead up for another article.
They're trashing WandaVision for being inappropriate? No,
we haven't. I haven't seen that yet this morning. What else is new?
What's inappropriate about WandaVision?
Like, let's face facts. We were talking about this the other day, as far as like trashing stuff that probably doesn't need to be, or
tomorrow's episode called Canceled.
Oh well, yeah, it's tomorrow's episode.
She's not in it. There's other movies like Ladybugs and stuff.
Well, basically, like if you look hard enough at anything, it's bad.
Oh, for sure.
Right, like you can cancel it.
I don't know how everything.
Try turning up your device that you're listening to us on. Who said that?
Your wife.
Oh,
She texts us.
Turn your
She says hard to hear you.
turn your volume up, friend.
No, there's no problem. I'm looking at the meters.
Sounds fine to us. I think you just need to turn your volume.
It's by your AirPods. So why is this #1 in anime?
So this actually ran into the Oscars. It's either the Oscars or the Emmys. I can't remember which. One of them added an anime section, right, for best animated movie. Now the problem is a lot of when a lot of times when you say anime, right, you think of Japan and like actual
anime,
you know, the beautiful colors, the detail, the
storyline,
it's
basically an adult movie,
right? When you
as a cartoon,
right? But
so we call it anime.
More,
Flash.
more, right? More, basically just more.
Oh yeah,
right. It's
if
not.
You watch X-Men from the '90s
SpongeBob.
If you watch the X-Men the '90s version, the Uncanny X-Men America versus Japan was way more fucking intense than fucking ours.
So the thing about it is some of the Japan writers, right, that live here, they live here, they write here, they create here, were nominated. And then what ended up happening was they picked some fucking child movie like, they were
Shrek.
Right, like Shrek or some shit. And it was kind of like, well, you just turned the switch on.
Yeah, apparently.
It was kind of like, well, the language barrier, right? It's like, because instead of sitting and reading the subtitles, it's just like, well, I wasn't, I didn't really sit. Reading the subtitles,
really
I didn't grab the full scope.
How popular anime is.
Right.
When Fast and the Furious came out with the last one with Paul Walker, it was #1 in the world except one place. Japan. Because Dragon Ball Gods of Destruction, or whatever, Battle of the Gods came out that weekend. And that was #1 in Japan. It beat Fast and the Furious.
The thing...
Made a dick joke. He did. Uh-huh. He did made a dick joke. Evan Peters, the Quicksilver guy.
That can't be what.
Yeah, he made a dick joke.
He made a dick joke.
His character made a dick joke.
That's it.
Because his last name's Boner.
Are we? I can't stand it.
We're thinking that's the what's it called guy. Remember in the beginning he was like, I have a
witness
protection.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. My problem is with he made a dick joke. Outrage. Okay,
it's on Disney. They didn't make a rated R section yet.
Really?
Only when Deadpool comes out.
Buddy, I can. The
Simpsons.
Every Disney movie. There's hundreds of dick jokes in The Simpsons.
There was a dick picture in Little Mermaid.
That's right.
The original fucking cover.
So the original cover.
Even though Marvel's known for being slightly inappropriate.
Slightly inappropriate. Ooh, so risque. Right, like you were saying, the original cover of The Little Mermaid had in the towers and stuff was a dick.
It was a dick.
It was a golden penis.
It's worth a lot of money.
But Right, if you have that cover.
Of course, they got recalled.
Well, the Black Diamond Arts was the artist behind those.
So you think that's bad? Disney fucking had when they had a record company, they hired ICP. They produced The Great Milenko.
So it's like...
So, fuck you, Disney.
I'm just saying, you look back at anything, right?
There's inappropriate jokes.
They
have to do it for the adults because, the adults are with the kids. The adults don't want to watch these goddamn movies. So they have to put something in there for them.
I told you what that one TikToker said, right? He's like, oh, we're going after Pepe Le Pew, but we 50 Shades of Grey all over the place and nobody has a problem.
Bringing dildos to this area.
Like Pepe promotes, but they don't talk about, 50 Shades of Grey.
He had a helicopter.
Right, he had a helicopter that made
Rich.
it okay.
Yeah. It wasn't 50 Shades of Poor.
Right. If he was poor, the story would have been different, right?
Wait, it would have been like Aladdin.
Right. Like, that's just
He's going to jail. He stalked that. He tracked her phone. He fucking stalked her. That gave the wrong fucking impression.
I'm just saying, think of 50 Shades of Grey, but with a poor guy. You
go in jail first 30 minutes.
That's it.
When he found her outside the
you didn't even make it 30 minutes. Like a bunch of people beat your ass for
stalking her.
Stalking her and all that kind of.
He tracked her phone to the bar when he told her not to go drinking.
The view is subjective, right? It's like some people see 50 Shades of Grey as always a great love story. Other people see it as like, well, it's
hardcore porn,
right? It's what apparently you think Pepe is going to lead up to. Like I don't
non-consent.
Right. That's your argument, right? That's your argument.
I don't know, man.
He's rubbing up all over this girl.
I heard Bugs Bunny call Babs Bunny toots. So
you know what the worst part is?
You can't say toots.
You know what the worst part is if you actually watch the show, there are times, right, where she loves on him.
Mm-hmm. She teases him.
Well, no, it's just like
she teased him.
Something happens, he saves her, and then she's all over him, and then he realizes that's not what he wants, and then his ass is out, right? But then that's the end of the skit. So it's
we cancel Mario too.
Right. You don't get on Bugs Bunny for cross dressing.
No, that's fine.
Fucking, there's so much stuff. I go on and on forever. Like we watched that Ladybugs. Oh boy,
it's tomorrow's episode.
Or just
one of the things.
So much stuff.
One of the things is the things that should have been canceled based on today's standards.
Everything.
It says most of the 80s and 90s.
Right. Worst part is like a lot of the kids don't even know about it because they haven't watched old movies.
Nickelodeon had a whole bunch of inappropriate shit in there. Like Harley, SpongeBob, the lobster crab or the crab or whatever place is the lobster trap and
the Krusty Krab.
Apparently, the meat for the Krusty Krab is lobster. That's why there's no other lobsters. And him and Plankton work together to get rid of all the lobsters.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Parents group and trying to ban Peter Pan and Dumbo from Disney as well.
Well, they were trying to so it wasn't.
You can't kidnap children.
It wasn't Dumbo exactly.
Bill Murray's Dumbo?
No, it was certain bits of the movie. The crows that were singing.
What about them?
Okay, well, it was clearly made to look a certain type of way, and it's what it was. That was the main issue of said movie.
See, I don't like that. See, unless the movie's based on that, like Django, by what's his name? Quentin Tarantino. How many N-words in it?
Oh, man.
On purpose. Because it was that error or whatever it was.
Well, because that's the error they were...
But because he announced that this is what's going to be, it's not it's okay. But I don't
know that it's okay.
Well, no, I mean, it's more acceptable. Because he's like, well, he told us he's going to do it. And then it's in that error... But it was like 120 fucking N-words. Like,
right.
But it's like, oh, that's acceptable, I guess. It's rated R. It's not for kids. He warned us about it. Like the Sausage movie. He's like, this is not a kid's movie.
This is not for children.
But then, like I said, people are, oh, well, Peter Pan didn't warn us that this was going to happen, so now we want to cancel. Or Dumbo made it look like this.
Road to El Dorado. Okay, there was a big controversy over Road to El Dorado when it came out.
Why?
Because it's not a children's movie.
Oh, that's not.
Road to El Dorado is not. It's not like it's a porn, but there's a lot of adult jokes and issues.
Apparently, old Disney movies are racist. Yeah, especially against Jews.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Remember when Family Guy went to the Disney universe? He's like, Jew.
Okay, so also the thing with old Disney movies is, because I was watching a documentary, the thing with them is that a lot of the old Disney movies are spliced together war propaganda.
True.
Right, because at the time the creators and stuff, the artists and things like that were taken from Disney to make,
That's true. You saw the Flintstones smoking ad with Winston. Mm-hmm. They were smoking, making the women do all the chores.
It was a different time, and they didn't have
censorship.
Everybody was working on things, and then they got drug away. So movies got put together. There wasn't regulations. There wasn't
rated G, rated R.
Right. They didn't have different ratings. It was just, hey, Disney. There's old black and whites.
Because you remember you're transitioning from the radio to TV.
Right. There's old black and white cartoons and stuff like that still too.
Straight racist.
Well, no, not racist, but they were meant for an older audience. Right, like a lot of Steamboat Willie stuff is actually meant for an older audience. It's not really a child type cartoon. A lot of Donald Duck's and Mickey's stuff when they were in black and white was geared toward an adult view, an adult viewer. Like Mickey and Donald having a job in a skyscraper,
smoking cigarettes.
Okay, right, smoking cigarettes. That it was just a completely different time, and I don't honestly I don't believe forgetting that type of stuff is I'm a person where education is key. Okay,
just don't repeat the history,
right?
But we need history to know what we're going towards,
right?
The future.
Because later on
instead of going, oh, this is racist, but you can say, look how far we come.
Well, it may be racist, and that's.
But look how far we've come.
Right? But I don't. I'm not drawing the cartoons. I'm just not forgetting that they were there. Right? Like I'm not.
No.
Oh, let me draw this racist cartoon. No, that's not a thing. I just don't want to forget about
racism,
these type of things, because I don't.